So, Supergirl. Too dark and dingy, the lead actress had zero presence. The second lead actress couldn't act her way out of a paper bag. Story threads that just weren't needed. The drunken superhero trope was overdone. The villain was cartoonish and couldn't care less about. But there were some interesting concepts, which they ruined. Half the film I had to read. And why is it that every Superman and Supergirl film we have to see the fall of Krypton? I do not need to see this for the 21st time. Jason Momoa shines with charisma and awesomeness, but I couldn't help but think, is Supergirl a foreign language film? So the story centers around Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, who is traveling around the universe in a drunken stupor on a major pub crawl, going from one planet to the next, and is getting absolutely smashed out of her face and trying to find her way in the universe. And she ends up in a bar, and the basic rule of thumb is if the bar is around a red sun, then she can feel the effects of the alcohol and is essentially human. And so travels from one red sun to the next, and so trying to find her place. And this is where she meets Ruthie. Ruthie, her whole entire family is murdered by a group of mercenaries and seeks revenge, and where she comes into contact with Kara Zor-El, who basically does want to go under the radar and just doesn't want to get involved, but does anyway. And together they try and seek revenge. So this film is awful. It is possibly one of the worst superhero films I have ever seen in my life. The problem is with the lead actress and the overall design of the film as well. The lead actress just had zero presence, and I didn't believe for one second that she was Supergirl, super or powerful in any single way. I felt that Melissa Benoist's version of Supergirl was far superior from the CW TV shows because she had a light-hearted sort of childlike innocence about her and had a sort of girl next door vibe about her as well. And she grew as the series grew, and she became Supergirl over time, and you really sort of cared for her. With this iteration of Kara Zor-El, there was nothing inspirational about her at all. The character is just highly flawed and unlikable from moment one, and you just have no idea why she's doing the things that she's doing. Like, it makes no sense. She isn't that old, or yes, it maybe if she was like 40 or 50 years older, then maybe I believe that she's like ruined her life and she's drinking her sorrows and a life that she's not been able to live. But she hasn't lived a life. She hasn't done anything. And it's just like, oh, why are you in a drunken stupor all the time? Why are you getting smashed in your face? Like, how is that supposed to inspire people? And it just felt very dark and gloomy, and there was no colour and no brightness at all. And considering superheroes are supposed to be the opposite to that, didn't have any qualities a superhero should technically have. I just didn't appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. And the second lead actress was atrocious, and her accent was just like nails on a chalkboard for me. It was just like every time she opened the mouth, I was just like, oh my god, just shut up. Please. Just, why are you even here? And it's one of those things where the other actors around her were doing a lot of work to really make her look good, and even that felt like a strain. And you can tell and you can see it up on screen, and it was just really frustrating. They did actually have some interesting concepts and ideas, which unfortunately they ruined. I like the idea that space is like a motorway highway system with public transport going from one place to another, like you would on Earth, and have rest stops and all that sort of stuff. But no, they had to have these cyberpunk pirates hijack the bus, take it over, and have this big fight sequence. And they could have just have it as like a really sort of cool transition sequence where it's like, oh, cool. Even in space, they have public transport, but no, they had to just fully marvelize it and have these annoying one-liners, funny quips, and really annoying sort of fight sequences that are very kinetic and all over the place. And you're like, oh, God, just get on with it. Also, I really hated the fact that they spent a lot of time depicting the fall of Krypton, and it was a very sort of weak storyline. The fact that Krypton, the kryptonite in the Earth, was melting everybody, and it's very much like an allegory for like the pandemic, for example. Everyone's getting infected and everyone's dying of like this poison that is, and we have seen Krypton, the fall of Krypton, depicted in multiple shows and films. We know this story already. It's been told in comics, the films, everywhere. We know it. We don't need to show this. This is time spent that we could have explored different parts of the story about Kara's character and why she's a drunken stupor, and it just wasted time on screen that could have been used elsewhere or could have been deleted completely and not even bothered. Why the hell are they speaking in Kryptonian all of a sudden? We've already established that they're on a completely different planet in a completely different universe. We know they speak a different language, but this is a Western film. Have them speak American, English, whatever. Like, it's not needed. It just seems really pretentious and really sort of annoying and slows the pace down, and having to read those subtitles all the way through just to figure out what they're trying to say and what they're doing, and it just completely took me out of the story, and I don't understand why it's in there in the first place. Anyway, because like I said before, there's no need to depict the fall of Krypton because we know it already. They could have done something really good. This is my pitch of what I would think would make a good Supergirl story. Instead of making her like the drunken Supergirl story trope, make her a drifter and make her sort of like Jack Reacher in space, and have her travel from one planet to another helping people. And when she does meet the villain, her reputation precedes her, and then the villain will be like, ah, shit, now what? Instead of her just drunkenly staggering her way through the storyline. Also, with the villain is somebody that is just pointless and care nothing about. And I don't understand why they bedazzled his face. Yeah, it kind of looks like Hellraiser, but it doesn't look menacing at all. You want a villain that you care about, and like Thanos, because you know why he's doing the things he's doing, because he wants to save the population from extinction and wants to change the resources so that they can survive longer. And you kind of empathize why he's doing what he's doing. With this villain, he's just a human trafficker, and you're like, okay, why? That was what I found myself asking a lot of, is why? Why this? Why that? What's going on here? Who are these people? Why? Why? And it just really infuriated me. So there are many issues wrong with this film. Although Jason Momoa does shine. He is awesome in this. I love his depiction of Lobo, and you can tell it's him. It's Jason Momoa doing Jason Momoa things. And in a recent interview, I heard him say that Lobo is very much close to his personality anyway. And so it shows. And he's the outstanding part of this whole entire film. Haven't got this, it's the worst film known to man. And he really saves the film, really. That's the only shining light I can sort of give it, really. So yeah, let me know what you think of Supergirl, and let me know. I think James Gunn is done after this. I think DC have had enough, and they should just part ways, and he should just go off for a few years, come up with something different, and reinvent himself in some way or another, and yeah, just be done for a little bit. And yeah, let me know what you think about what's in store for James Gunn's future. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you in the next video.